Alice Crary, born 1967, is an American philosopher, professor of philosophy at the University of Oxford, as of fall 2018, and professor of philosophy at the graduate faculty, the New School for Social Research in New York City, where she was the philosophy department chair 2014-17 and founding co-chair of the Gender and Sexuality Studies program this year for the academic year 2017-18. She is a member of the School of Social Science at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. In the summer 2018 she will be the LFUI-Wittgenstein guest professor at the University of Innsbruck, Austria. Crary has influenced a generation of philosophy students at both graduate and undergraduate levels, and was named one of the 3 most inspirational professors at the New School. Above all for path-breaking work, as chair to bring about greater inclusiveness among populations traditionally underrepresented in philosophy scholarship. Crary is well known for her 2 monographs on ethics, Beyond Moral Judgment, Harvard, 2007, and Inside Ethics, On the Demands of Moral Thought, Harvard, 2016, an Association of College and Research Libraries' Choice Outstanding Academic Title of 2016. In addition to her extensive writings on the basis for and implications of the moral dimension of language, she has edited collections on Wittgenstein, Cora Diamond, and Stanley Cavell. Beyond Moral Judgment defends a version of moral objectivism which turns on the idea that participation in moral life involves sensitivities, affective responses, and acquired proclivities, subjective capacities which nevertheless allow us to be receptive to objective features of the world, and has been influential in recent discussions on ethics in aesthetics, film theory, feminism, and metaethics. Crary's second book, Inside Ethics, On the Demands of Moral Thought, January 2016, Harvard University Press, discusses the nature and difficulty of moral thought about human beings and animals, addressing topics ranging from moral development to cognitive disability. As noted in a contemporary review, most contemporary ethicists assume that any objective representation of human and animal life must be developed outside of ethics, using the normatively neutral methods of, for example, the natural sciences. Crary, in contrast, argues that humans and animals have empirically observable moral characteristics, recognition of which is crucial to moral thought, but which are inaccessible to us when we limit ourselves to neutral methods. Good, world-guided moral thought, according to Crary, requires the use of capacities such as moral imagination, the exercise of which is elicited by methods, including various narrative techniques, that are characteristic of the arts and humanities. Works employing such methods contribute directly to moral understanding by drawing us into the imaginative exploration of other moral perspectives. Crary embarks on a radical revisioning of objective reality as including, rather than excluding, moral values. The idea that reality includes objective moral values combines objectivism, the idea that moral judgments are essentially concerned with how things are, with internalism, the idea that moral judgments have direct bearing on our reasons for acting. The dominant stance in philosophical ethics, she points out, is to embrace a hard metaphysic that rejects one or both of these ideas. Crary identifies, as the unquestioned starting point for such a metaphysic, the familiar and allegedly scientific worldview. 31. According to which the natural sciences have exclusive authority to tell us what reality is objectively like. A central part of the book is devoted to showing how both Peter Singer and Christine Korsgaard accept this starting point and embrace in different ways. The hard metaphysic to which it leads. Another review summarizes the main claims of inside ethics as follows. Among the theses that Crary propounds in service of her ultimate goal are: there are observable and essentially practical moral properties. Objectively describing humans and animals requires an ethical sensitivity to those moral properties. Being a human and being an animal are by themselves morally significant properties, and literature is an irreplaceable vehicle of moral reflection for grasping the moral significance of humans and other animals. She proposes what I would call a post-romantic perspective that takes our possibilities for moral response to be equally effective and rational. Crary encourages us to take more seriously the moral thought of those engaged with the most vulnerable humans and animals. This seems to me of the highest importance and part of an expansive program for moral thought that demands further philosophical exploration. While finishing her doctorate in philosophy at the University of Pittsburgh in the 1990s, she co-edited and wrote the introduction to the new Wittgenstein, which continues to influence debates over Wittgenstein's philosophy. She was a Humboldt Foundation Scholar in 2009-10 at Goethe University in Frankfurt and a Rockefeller Fellow in 2003-4 at Princeton University. Crary has lectured and taught widely in the U.S. and abroad in academic and public fora, including the University College Dublin Centre for Ethics in Public Life, International Wittgenstein Symposium in Kirchberg, Austria, the Columbia University Society of Fellows in the Humanities, the Center for Philosophy, Art, and Literature at Duke University, the University of Stavanger, Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, Colgate University, and Brooklyn Public Philosophers in NYC. Crary's writings address moral philosophy, Wittgenstein, philosophy and literature, feminism and philosophy, the writings of J. Monsieur Coetzee, W. G. Sebald, and Leo Tolstoy, and issues surrounding philosophy in animals and cognitive disability. She is also a member of a number of international research groups devoted to subjects such as feminist philosophy and ordinary language philosophy. Graduate students and teaching. Crary currently directs 11 PhD theses in the Department of Philosophy at the New School for Social Research, where she inaugurated and has led both the Wittgenstein Workshop and a graduate student-oriented Works in Progress series. She received the New School's University Distinguished Teaching Award in 2005. Crary's international educational activities have focused on the intersection of philosophy with critical theory and political philosophy. In the summer of 2014, she co-organized and taught the Summer Philosophy Workshop at Humboldt University in Berlin, Germany. In July 2016, she served on the faculty of the Trans-Regional Center for Democratic Studies at the 25th anniversary New School for Social Research Europe Democracy and Diversity Institute in Wrocław, Poland. In July 2017, she co-organized with Rahil Yagi the Kritisch Theory in Berlin Critical Theory Summer School, Progress, Regression, and Social Change in Berlin, Germany. She will be the Tutorial Fellow in Philosophy and Christian Ethics, Regent's Park College, University of Oxford as of fall 2018. Interviews and public events. Can trophy hunting ever be justified? Quote, a debate with Michael Petru in Prospect magazine, January 24, 2018. Comparisons between cognitively disabled human beings and non-human animals. Do they have a role in ethics? Quote, a public debate on the question with Peter Singer and Eva Federkitai, as part of the Ira W. DeCamp Bioethics Seminar Series, University Center for Human Values, Princeton University. 2017. How much should we care about animals? Quote, a public debate on the question with Elizabeth Harmon, Dale Jameson and Shelley Kagan. Sponsored by the Academy of Teachers and offered in partnership with the UNC Parr Center for Ethics and Columbia University Arts and Sciences Division of Humanities. 2017. Against Occidentalism. An interview with Alice Crary and Vishwa Adluri on The Nay Science. From Social Research Matters. 2017. Moral Progress in Small Steps, in Il Sole. Translated into Italian. 2016. Why Philosophy Needs Literature, from the ARPA blog. 2016. Alice Crary on her newest book Inside Ethics. From Social Research Matters. 2016. Commentary. With W. Stephen Wilson. On the faulty logic behind the K-12 education, math wars, in the New York Times philosophy blog. The Stone. Personal life. Crary was a 1983-4 exchange student with Youth for Understanding in the southern German town of Aachen. She was also a national champion rower at the Lakeside School, Seattle, in Seattle, Washington, and placed 6th in the junior women's 8 at the 1985 World Rowing Junior Championships in Brandenburg, Germany. In the 1980s, after studying liberation theology with Harvey Cox at Harvard Divinity School, Crary researched Christian-based communities in southern Mexico and Guatemala. In the early 1990s, she was a teacher at the Colegio Americano in Quito, Ecuador. Bibliography. Books, monographs. Inside Ethics. On the Demands of Moral Thought. Cambridge. Harvard University Press. 2016. Reviewed in Notre Dame Philosophical Reviews and Hypatia as well as Environmental Philosophy. The Nordic Wittgenstein Review. La vie des idées acutes. Choice. The Kennedy Institute of Ethics Journal. And the Journal of Animal Ethics. The book's philosophical content and linkage with liberal arts education are discussed in recent interviews at the ARPA blog and Social Research Matters as well as Il Sole 24 or in Italian. Beyond Moral Judgment. Cambridge. Harvard University Press. 2007. Reviewed in Analytic Philosophy. Choice. The European Journal of Philosophy. Ethics. Twice. Hypatia. Metapsychology Online Reviews. Mind. Notre Dame Philosophical Reviews. Philo. And The Pluralist and discussed at a 2008 Author Meets Critics session at the Eastern Division meeting of the ARPA Books, edited volumes. Wittgenstein and the Moral Life. Essays in honor of Cora Diamond. Cambridge. MIT Press. 2007. Reading Cavil. New York. Routledge. 2006. Co-edited with Sanford Scheer. The New Wittgenstein. New York. Routledge. 2000. Co-edited with Rupert Reed. Selected articles. Putnam and Propaganda. Graduate Faculty Philosophy Journal. Volume 38. Issue 2. 2017. pp. 385-398. Feminist Thought and Rational Authority. Getting Things in Perspective. New Literary History. Volume 46. Number 2. Spring 2015. pp. 287-308. A Radical Perfectionist. Revisiting Cavil in the Light of Kant. Journal of Aesthetic Education. Volume 48. Number 3. 2014. pp. 87-98. Dogs and Concepts. Philosophy. Volume 87. Number 2. April 2012. pp. 215-237. W. G. Sebald and the Ethics of Narrative Constellations. Volume 19. No. 3. Spring 2012. pp. 494-508. A Brilliant Perspective. Diamondian Ethics, Philosophical Investigations. Volume 34. Number 4. October 2011. pp. 331-352. Minding What Already Matters. A Critique of Moral Individualism, Philosophical Topics. Volume 38. Number 1. Spring 2011. pp. 17-49. J. Monsieur Coetzee. Moral Thinker, in Anton Leist and Peter Singer. eds. Coetzee and Ethics. Philosophical Perspectives on Literature, New York. Columbia University Press. 2010. pp. 249-268. Ethics and the Logic of Life, in SATS. The Nordic Journal of Philosophy. Volume 10. Number 2. 2009. pp. 5-34. Wittgenstein's Common Sense Realism About the Mind, in Ylva Gustafsson. Camilla Kronqvist and Michael McEachran. eds. Emotions and Understanding. Wittgensteinian Perspectives. London. Palgrave Macmillan. 2009. pp. 12-26. Humans. Animals. Right and Wrong, in Alice Crary. ed. Wittgenstein and the Moral Life. pp. 381-404. Wittgenstein and Ethics. A discussion in reference to uncertainty, in Daniele Moyle-Sharrock and William Brenner. eds. Readings of Wittgenstein's Uncertainty. London. Palgrave Macmillan. 2005. pp. 275-301. What Day Feminists Want in an Epistemology. In Peg O'Connor and Naomi Skeeman. eds. Rereading the Canon. Feminist Interpretations of Wittgenstein. University Park, PA. Penn State Press. 2002. pp. 97-118. The Happy Truth? J. L. Austin's How to Do Things with Words, Inquiry. Volume 45. Number 1. Spring 2002. pp. 1-22. A Question of Silence. Feminist Theory and Women's Voices, Philosophy. Volume 76. Number 96. July 2001. pp. 371-395. Wittgenstein's Philosophy in Relation to Political Thought, in Alice Crary and Rupert Reed. eds. The New Wittgenstein. pp. 118-145. Does the study of literature belong in moral philosophy? Some Reflections in the Light of Ryle's Thought, Philosophical Investigations. Volume 23. Number 4. October 2000. pp. 315-350. Invited Lectures and Awards. LFUI-Wittgenstein Guest Professor at the University of Innsbruck, Austria. 2018. Philosophy Suter Lecture. Michigan State University, East Lansing, Michigan. 2018. Plenary Speaker. El Conflicto de las Facultades. Sobre la Universidad y el Sentido de las Humanidades. Congreso Internacional y en conmemoración del Centenario de la Pontificia Universidad Católica del Perú, 1917-2017. Lima, Peru, 2017. Member. Institute for Advanced Study. School of Social Science. Princeton, NJ. 2017-18. Fellow. Oxford Centre for Animal Ethics. Oxford, UK. 2017. The Graham Kennedy Memorial Lecture. Seeing Animal Suffering. Queen's University, Kingston, Ontario, Canada. 2016. Elias J. and Rosalina Miraudi Lecture. Colgate College, Hamilton, NY. 2016. Alexander von Humboldt Foundation Fellowship for Experienced Researchers. Goethe University, Frankfurt, Germany. 2009-2010. University Distinguished Teaching Award. The New School, NY. 2005. Faculty Fellow, Heyman Center for the Humanities, Columbia University, NY, 2004-2005. Lawrence S. Rockefeller Visiting Fellow, University Center for Human Values, Princeton University, NJ, 2003-2004. Charlotte W. Newcomb Doctoral Dissertation Fellowship, Study of Ethical and Religious Values, University of Pittsburgh, PA, 1997-1998. Harvard University Certificate of Distinction in Teaching, Bok Center, Cambridge, Massachusetts, 1993-1994. See also: American philosophy, List of American philosophers, List of female philosophers, Institute for Advanced Study homepage, New School for Social Research homepage, Phil Papers profile, recording of Professor Alice Crary, Wittgenstein and Ethics, lecture given on June 2, 2005 at the Wittgenstein Philosophy and Language Conference in Skjolden, Norway, June 1–4, 2005.